So this is the democracy that is being preached around the world when President Hakainde Hichilema travels. But this is the current situation in Zambia. You can't speak. Anytime you speak, you have the police unleashed on you or the cadres. President Hakainde Hichilema claims that he's ended card regime. But each time an opposition leader tries to speak, each time a youth tries to speak, you either have cadres being unleashed on them or you have the police arresting people. But President Hakainde Hichilema claims that he's brought democracy, he's brought freedom of speech, he's brought rights to the people of Zambia. Right now, Zambians cannot exercise their right of freedom of speech. They cannot feel free in the democratic nation, so claimed by the UPND government. In the pictures you're seeing is an opposition leader by the name of Silavoy, who was being attacked by just paying a courtesy visit to another opposition leader who was arrested by the police for the crime of defamation of the president. Now we know that has been removed, but even if it has been removed, we see people being arrested. We see a number of youths being threatened, being forced to apologize for just speaking about what is going on in the country. Here you see another opposition leader by the name of Harry Kalaba being stopped by the Zambia police for just attending a church service. Currently, the country is facing load shedding, the country is facing milling shortages, and when the Zambian people speak about the current situation, the things that they are passing through, they get cadres to arrest them, cadres to threaten them. Is this the democracy that really President Hakainde Hichilema is preaching around the world, that is brought peace, has brought freedom? There is no freedom in Zambia of speaking how you feel. Every time people are failing to speak. These are the true things that are happening in the country. And you see young people saying, oh, we can't speak because we're scared of being arrested. When things like minimum prices, that was promised that we're going to lower minimum prices. When the youth speak about load shedding, like these youths in this video talking about load shedding, you have cadres being unleashed on them, cadres forcing them to kneel down and apologize for saying something that is true. We have load shedding. The president even claimed that he's ended load shedding. This is the Zambia, my brothers and sisters. It's very unfortunate that the outlook of things are not actually what is on the ground. Listen to these youths and I'll show you the videos of how these youths just spoke about the load shedding, and now they are being threatened and apologizing for speaking the truth, for telling the Zambian people, for telling the government to account for their promises. Now, in the next video that you're going to see, you will have President Hakainde Hichilema, and he's speaking about how he's brought freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of affiliation, and how he's brought rule of law and democracy in the country. But that's not what's going on. People are scared to speak. People are scared to tell their views. Now, if the international community is watching, this is the democracy that we need in Africa. What's the way forward? Can we practice what we preach? This is the outlook. This is the Zambia. Now, before we go in details, I want you to listen to President Hakainde Hichilema's address on the 1st of December, where he was saying how he's brought democracy to the country. So, here's the video.
Much of what we hear about today is the decline of democracy, about the rise of authoritarianism, about the erosion of human rights. As we scan the global landscape, these are concerning trends. But in this short address, I will tell a different story. A story of a democracy not in decline, but rather in the ascent. A story of what can be achieved that should give hope to those struggling for democracy in every corner of the globe. In our country, Zambia, earlier this year, we saw a democratic revival. The leading actors were the people of Zambia. Young and old, male and female, rich and poor, from all creeds, races, and tribes, they are the heroes of this story. They are the inspiration for those gathered here today. Faced by a violent and increasingly authoritarian regime, empowered by the belief that the eyes of the international community were elsewhere, still the people of Zambia rose up. They were brave and proud. They ignored the threats, the intimidation, and the obstacles that were put in their path to vote for a better future, to vote for democracy itself. And so, our victory was not just a victory for the Zambian people. It was a victory for those who cherish democracy and also oppressed people around the world. Having been elected and given the opportunity to serve this country, our country, we are committed to doing things differently, but certainly better. Today, Zambians are enjoying more freedom than ever before, and we intend to keep it that way. We are restoring the rule of law as one of the critical ingredients to enriching this democratic train. We're working to ensure that the democratic will expressed by the people in August of this year reflects the deepening of the roots of democracy in our country. Through freeing the media, through allowing all citizens and others their democratic rights to campaign and communicate their ideas freely, through the promotion of civil liberties for all our citizens. It is my sincere hope that no Zambian citizen ever again is oppressed, intimidated, discriminated against, and prohibited from expressing their legal democratic rights. We urge the international community to play an ever bolder role in supporting democracy, amplifying and empowering the voices of the marginalized both across Africa and the world. And through these measures, we will not only strengthen and enshrine our democracy, but we will enhance our nation's economic and social prosperity. This promise and realization of a better life for all is what will sustain our democracies around the world, as this is what should constitute the true meaning of democracy dividends. Let us join hands for a better, more peaceful, prosperous, and democratic world. I thank you.
So now you've heard from the horse's mouth. But contrary to what was said, the opposite is true. These young people you see in this video are expressing themselves because Zambia is experiencing load shedding. And they are young people that have got shops, and that's their way of survival. So you can see them in their shops and trying to make ends meet. So now electricity was going or has been going for a long period of time during the day. So these young people expresses themselves in a manner that they address the president to tackle the issue. What comes next is the cadres forcing them to apologize for literally expressing their right that the president then, when he was voted into power, promised to uphold. You have cadres forcing them to kneel down and extract what they said. Is this the democracy that is being talked about? Is this what was promised? These are young people that went out to vote for a better Zambia, for opportunities, for jobs, for a better environment to do business. Now, if that is not the case, they have every right to express themselves, to say as it is, and without being intimidated or threatened. So, let me show you the video where now these young people are being forced to apologize for literally talking about load shedding.
So Mubazesco, Mubazesco nicho letubere Amaraiti mfulenga load shedding, Amaraiti yareba ko insta yakubomba, not Amaraiti Teresa nshinaturara imonish. Yanshi Marati mereta ngaturara. Utwa shama kendo wish kuzo therefore if Amaraiti yakubomba Amaraiti not to feel kwa watu muri batubere shiu. Muri batubere shiu Mubazesco mamfo. Mubazesco intungurushi. Era bayoda bayechechi no bayoda besu bayoda bayechechi wa president. Mfoi. And then kona abantu beno abantu akesa mkumiponya ndemie baba. Ifo benne nfo bakuvote. Bakuvote nfo kesa mponyo obu bitata trera ndevechinga. Abantu barondorwere nyaba ngatamwishi betate fere sika batata kentimina data fere sika mara tsikuta kutire kwata. 6 to kusita amaraiti ali mitabeshi bereka tubebe mubebe abantu beno amaraiti fotelefu amaraiti tulebomba amaraiti yakubomvya noti akwakusha kwa manankana mababu busha amaraiti akubomvya kwa mababu so balaweringa mababu
wendala mabami pera kuma foreign countries
shingi iso shindala cha CDF iso shindala cha CDF iso shine CDF iso taturemona shibo sendeni muna mulipire abankongole tatwe cha CDF bantatire poko no poko shenda.
Now what comes next is so disappointing, and this is a place where they claim they brought freedom of speech. People have got the right to express themselves, and we have democracy. It's a sad sight. It's unbelievable. It's shocking. Cadres forcing these young people to apologize for speaking the truth. Zambia, where did we go wrong?
Okay, mwebantu wenze mwebekala charo ifweni fofo wapangireka kitu karaka viral kwa story pontero uteko so apa twadise furura mona ifo bene turi bantu twari umfo twari anda tatya gwetamana ukuyirishanya kwa story isambo kwa emotion twa emotion mulasi twamba no kwa tire ponta mkulani so tire romba kubuteko kutuberera ko duse butuberere ko duse kuri bonse abari consent ne liliash bonse abe obochikumine liliash obodikumine butuberere ko duse ero wanu futi mu opposition mwere bonfya video yesu mwere munapatira ndebe muleti munesha ngwati ndifumwa tipere pwendarama tapapa ndarama tipere mbachi vetari mwakabura mwakaposta kumwera ka video kwatiri mina mtipere ndarama ifune muleti backing ngayimo ifata takwatapo backing ya opposition ifuna ngutwari ndafira munana ngwatwari mfoba atwari against na banani kana ba president aba ba president ifwe twabana bona ino ine tata twakaliko kubana bena ifutware fafyo kuranda pe mwe buteko tunasheni opamanaite no after emotion imuma afisenda kwatiri ndifo turi kurubarirwe ntatwari kurubarirwe nifutwa bano buteko burabwene forward chap fair so mwe buteko ifutire no makofe ba HH mwentungurusha number 1 mo twambire po kurufyanya nabashara bonza bonzo twalifye kiredo mbobwere mutibere ko rusena aranja parubarirwa ndina bamye kubararani
nane wa isapano na ali pamope na magays ko pali ane video twalefuna umuchinshi charo chonse umuchinshi kwiba president lesu nabashara bonse ama ministers abashara bonse nabaratambe video natwireta natwisa kwebati turombo bwero kuba fyashivesu ba HH nabashara bambintunguru shabo ma videos yesu yonso twalefuna just cause twasamuna mu fimo twale chitifu twalenda fimo twale rufyanya uri twasamuna futi twale matakaisa na vayo but kasa sana vayo mwando akobati ama opposition basambo kabuko yabo mfyale na ma videos mfe twalenda shani so lomba tulilomba kufokwa mwa vyashivesu ba HH ngatubera ko se tuli bana benu twalisha kufama right nomba mukulanda bya kama chapenga muleranda kula balimbya bali kunwa bamfe abantu muzango na bya baleranda po bali tashani so mwasana kaya mwamba musama mwapitirisha batita pale po bali tuma balibo abali bonza ufuto avitu alifine batatu yaviona kaya mutulanda fama right nomba twapitirisha so tulilomba mutubere ko ruse tuli bana benu twaliruba nabo bonse abatambire kwa video za kwati bali twingire fiziki amashani twapapata mutwerereko na obonza bale bonfya videos yesu fuma rero muleko kuyabomvya panchemo kana kaimo munatulisha mwe mpesha kwati twambo control kuteko na ngushani so hivi mwafya chibesu wa HH lipansha makaza
ndara mafi bale pangire ndara maparifu
tule papa
mavizi era bale kwati
nyefi alanda na bana nja.
You cannot have UPND cadres behaving in this manner. I'm a party president here.
You're supposed to be free.
I've come to support my colleague here. You have got UPND cadres coming to disrupt the press briefing. Live. Look at them. Now they are going.
at the police station for that matter, and the police are watching.
And the police are watching. Savoy has been arrested there, and then UPND have come to also here. This is uncalled for. And I want to say this to the people of Zambia, this behavior. We refused it, and we spoke against it in the PF, and we are going to speak against it. We will continue to stand against this kind of behavior. We will not tolerate this kind of behavior in our country. We may not accept what she said. We may not agree with her, but she's got rights. She's got fundamental rights. You see,
now,
the battle
question
between
is,
Savoy
do
and
we
Damasaka
really
is civil,
have
and it can be
democracy in
sorted
Zambia?
out by being taken
The
to
answer
court.
is no.
Not this kind of
Because
behavior we're
if we
experiencing
did,
in our country.
people
We shall not
would
accept
be
that.
arrested,
And for us, I want to make it
threatened.
very clear.
People
Me,
would be
I am not
free to
afraid of
express
anyone.
themselves.
You can never intimidate me.
It is a
Just
sad
because we are
sight.
calm, just because we control ourselves, does not mean that we are
Africa,
cowards. And we will not surrender this country to this kind of behavior. Thank you very much.
Respecting others' views, even if you don't agree. The true identity of Zambia's is not what is being portrayed globally. God bless Zambia. God bless you.